well. Middle of last week, I was like, yay, I got my spirituality back. And I find myself yesterday afternoon back to like questioning everything again. And, I think it occurs whenever I ask, like, what is reality? Because, okay, so there's a couple of theories that are going around in my head. They're all stories, right? And it's like that we are literally, I feel like the one that feels the most right is consciousness discovering itself. So if you see it like consciousness is a whole thing and it's manifested this avatar to view itself through this experience, because that's how like no two people are the same, no two people go through the exact same thing. Even twins may look the same, but they're not, they would never be identical in their experience. And to me, see, and then to me, that's what I think the most that it is. But my mind is like really going, and it doesn't feel anything. There's no feeling there, which is the biggest thing, I think. And then if I think that this is just an entire projection of just the mind, but then it's really self-involved, that one. So that theory is like, I am God, and this whole projection is coming through from me, the source, and like nobody else really exists. So there's that one too. And the thing is, I don't know if we'll ever know. I'm really at a state of like, I don't know. And I don't know if any of you guys listen to Actualized, but the guy on there uploaded yesterday. See, this is what doesn't make sense, but to me, it's like it's somewhat has to be part of some sort of a collective, because not necessarily. See, this is what my mind does. Every time I think of something, it goes, well, so it makes sense that, because like everybody, well, a lot of people that I follow are talking about the same thing at the same time. And then if you go, well, you're creating your reality, you could just be creating that. And last night, I think the fear kicked in for the first time. I didn't really think I was fearful of it. It was like feeling like you're the only one there, and like there's just this big emptiness. Like you'll just be alone in nothing, I think. And because nothing's real, there's going to be no one there. And I watched a YouTube video last night, and it was about glitches in the Matrix, or like, yeah, something like that. And it had these two people that guy was in a car accident, and then the wife had a miscarriage, which both of them were like close to death. And when they've come out of it, like everything's changed in their world and they remember different things. And it's like, it just really freaked me out, because I'm like, I have that, part in me that thinks I could have died when I had my near-death experience, and that all of this is just some sort of illusion. Like everything's different. And I mean, you know, I did the video the other day about the soul walking thing. But again, that's just a story. Like, that's what somebody's explained to me. Like, and if I am the ego, or like if I'm consciousness and the ego's there, it's gonna, like, I've found it doesn't matter what your questions are, they're gonna have answers. And it's just like, that's the infinite expansion, because it doesn't matter which direction you go, it just expands. Which is why I think most of the population don't go anywhere. They don't look into anything. Because if they're even real, it would just be, well, I mean, it already is. Like, when I'm finding people now, there's like, you know, I just came across this guy, can't remember his name, but he wrote a book about the case against reality or something. David Hoffman? Someone. Yeah. And I'm like, these scientists are saying that reality is not real. And I'm like, okay, so how all of this is already happening, we just don't know it. Because we don't know it until we're up to the level of awareness. It's just like people finding this video and actually wanting to watch it. Information is awareness. Like, to most people, I would just be talking and it wouldn't make any sense. Which is really interesting, because it's like, I've been sharing on my social media and it's just like, nobody gets it. Nobody understands it. And I can absolutely see how, you know, people could end up in mental institution, because you want to, like, the ego's obviously in there going, you're going crazy, you're going crazy, you're going crazy. But I emailed the yogi that I know and she hasn't replied yet. But I just don't even know. I feel like I'm on this fucking loop. Yeah. So who knows what today will bring.